right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fawkes.
Mr. Neon Fawkes, we finally did it. We made it to how many episodes this year?
This is what?
16, 17? 17.
Wow. Yeah.
We are on fire. We usually do our shows 15, but we thought we just had a little bit extra. And of course, we have two wonderful guests here with us this evening. We have Tim and Tyler from The Midnight. How are you doing, guys?
Howdy.
Hey, we are good. This is fun. This is going to be a fun hang.
Wow, yeah. You know what? I discovered your music yesterday, and you guys are not bad. I gotta admit.
Thank you. That's really sweet of you.
I like to think we have potential. We'll see.
Yeah.
Just fingers crossed.
You guys are going places, I feel.
We'll see about that.
But this is, again, it's always an honor to have you guys on the show. This is actually the second time we had you on the show, which was great. I think we were discussing...
No, has it been 4? Is it 4?
Yeah.
It's 4 years.
Well, almost 4 years. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Fall 2020 we had you on last. And a lot has changed since then.
Yeah.
We were young, innocent baby lambs back in fall of 2020.
Indeed, the whole world was a completely different place, and it's really nice to see you guys are just back out at it. I know that there was just like huge hiatus where, it's almost like a fever dream. I feel like when, there was a point in our lives where we didn't leave our house. We just didn't leave our house to go anywhere. And I'm
still in that era.
Yeah, some people too. And I know my wife, I think she kind of has that layover pandemic kind of mentality. She does go to work. She's a nurse, actually, but she comes home, she goes on the couch, and she's like, I'm done with people. I'll see you next Tuesday. And just, she's doesn't like me. I'm out and about. I'm at shows. I just like being out there. But yeah, it's definitely like a pandemic. It changed the whole world of how people communicate and talk and just So, but anyway,
it's almost like our social barometer. At least for myself, I'll speak for myself. I feel like my social barometer gets filled up real quick. I think part of that is you get older. You're with age. You kind of figure out your emotional needs, what you need to kind of be in your happy space. But also with the pandemic, I think there was just something that happened. We all stayed home, and then coming out as the world started opening up again, it was like it was harder to moderate that thing of I went to a birthday, an outdoor birthday, I think in like 2021 or something, and it was just like 25 people, and after an hour I was like, I gotta go home, I gotta lay down. And I just thought, what's happening? But I don't know if it's for better or worse. It's depends on who you are. I'm a natural introvert, and I definitely feel like it's changed me.
Yeah I definitely agree with you. Like I said, there's people who are like, the pandemic was like the greatest thing that could have ever happened, because now there's like DoorDash and there's everything is like
Uber Eats and DoorDash are bankrupting me.
Oh my god!
You know what? we can go out now, but now I'm so lazy. I'm so used to
easy
sitting around in my underwear ordering Chinese food.
They got you as well.
They got them. But it's
the only time I leave my house is to go see The Midnight live.
That's right.
It.
That's right.
That's the correct answer. You may stay.
By the way, I want to shout out to all our listeners who have tuned in. The chat is starting to get on fire.
Oh,
and I want to remind everyone, whoever's tuned in, we are live.
Yes.
So pop into the chats, whether it's the nightride.fm website,
or I'm watching the chat.
Yeah, if you're in the YouTubes. Jump into the chats on YouTube. We'll shout out your names, and if you have any questions for Tim or Tyler, we will pass them on.
Yeah.
With that being said,
any early shout outs, Jules?
Oh yeah. Let's get started here. We got Egg Shen, who's in the chats.
Yes, there he is.
Really shaking the pillars of heaven. We've also got Craig Packman from Down Under in Perth. So good eye.
We use the same jokes every week.
I know.
It really is a thing.
Sammy Toro is in the chat as well. Welcome, Sammy. We've also got our buddy Destarian all the way from Poland. My buddy Nightflyer from Toronto, who we're going to play a track after the interview.
Yeah.
He's got a new collaboration out. Temporal Waves, the Tabla Master from Montreal, is in the chat.
Cool.
We've also got Luminare, Coffin Draggers in the house, Jeff Creatures in the house, Night Razors in the house. We've also got Jen Garcia, my friend from Toronto. Tim, you might remember her. You got a Synth Daddy shirt from her way back in 2018.
How could I ever forget? I have it framed above my bed.
I want to know the story for that one.
Yes. I think that was your first Toronto gig, and you
I remember that.
Yeah, at Velvet Underground. You wound up double booking two back-to-back shows, and Jen came each night came with a new Synth Daddy shirt for you.
Oh my God.
I remember that. Yeah, that was incredible. I was
funny.
blown away. Thank you, Jen.
We've also got John Stark in the house. We've got Johnny Five, who's alive. We've got Pyro, Embryonic, Digital Knights 87, Richard Smith over in the YouTubes.
Oh my
We've
God.
got Ninja K, our buddy Dimmy K from Greece.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Yeah.
What a shredder.
Yep, the Greek guitar god.
Right.
We've also got Buttercup, Ty Cow, Hearts and Beta from Down Under. We've also got Spitfires from Germany.
Oh wow. I mean, you guys are really bringing some people to the yard.
I'm trying to catch up, so we're gonna take a breather and play a song real quick while I catch up on.
That's
everything.
great though. I'm so glad that everyone came out, and again, just thrilled to have you guys on. We got so much to cover. Jules, why don't we just go ahead and drop a song real quick, and then we can kind of get ourselves in order here. What do we have lined up first?
All right, we'll kick it off with a collaboration between Essinger and U2, The Midnight, which it also happens to be available as a single, but also on his re-released and very limited deluxe album After Dark. Ooh. So this is Essinger with Silence featuring The Midnight right here on Night Ride FM.
Sinking feeling that you were right, said I'm not seeing all the lies that I made myself believe that seem to divide us. Once in my life, moving on towards something, I realized it was all for nothing. Wonder why every good thing has to end and nothing but silence. Trying, but I can't find a way to let you know that I'm dying on the inside. The feeling sets in the silence, in the silence, in the silence, in the silence. Fantasies. Now gravity spins off its axis. Fever dream phantoms of your absence. Fading frames to cold geometry. I'm trying, but I can't find a way to let you know that I'm dying on the inside.
And that was Silence featuring The Midnight. That was by Essinger. And just a great collab. And we have so much stuff written down here. This is just insane. I don't even know where to start. But I kind of would like to talk a little bit about, I don't know, Jules, where do you
Well, let's. One thing we're speaking about behind the song was it's been 10 years of The Midnight.
It has.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is incredible. I feel the same way. It's like internet time though. Like I feel like it just goes by so quick, and you just make so many connections, and here we are. But yeah, like, did you guys are you doing anything to commemorate the occasion, or, well, I'm not gonna hit you up for any spoilers yet, or any dirt on anything coming out. We'll save that for later on.
There's lots of dirt, Dennis. Don't get into it. That's a warning right there.
We're always digging for dirt.
Damn that handler.
Yeah, exactly.
How much information can we get in 1 hour? Let's see.
I know,
right?
yeah.
If you want to do a rapid fire round, it seems that we can exhaust anything that we would ever want to say in 4 minutes.
Yes.
Yes. Let's do that.
I do want to talk, as I was mentioning before, you did that awesome collaboration with Essinger. I know Essinger was a big part of the production of your Halloween EP. And
that's correct.
I don't even know, we have so much. This is my problem. I write so many notes down, and then I don't even pay attention to that. I just wanted to say that Halloween EP is probably still one of my favorite, especially to perform live. Like when you put that Halloween EP out, did you know you would be playing so many of those tracks live? Because I know Good and Red, and you guys are always the other one. Damn it, I'm trying to think of the other title.
We got Neon Medusa.
Neon Medusa, that's my favorite song.
Played live
because the night, the cover, yes. Beautiful.
I think Ghost in the Stereo in the last couple of tours was also a thing we played.
I mean,
you're right. That's quite a few songs from an EP, what, 6?
Right. Well, it's a short album, right?
Yeah.
I would not call it an EP, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Technically, it's probably longer than an EP. I always call it an EP, but you're right. It's probably technically it's an album.
But I love the fact that to me, that's one of my favorites. But you guys have such a large library. Like when you go to pick songs to play live, because that's kind of like a very unique brand. And I guess we're going to kind of lean into talking about the live shows, because that is right now, you guys are just killing it with your presence and just bringing so many communities together. I mean, you just came back from Jules, where? India?
You did India and Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Like, how do you...
First of all, how was that?
Yeah.
That was wild.
It was like two kind of normal shows, as normal as Mumbai and Bangalore can be. Those are world cities with a big population.
Yep.
But we did three shows in the Northeast, and the Northeast of India is this wild place that not a ton of people, not even Indians, have been to. And we found ourselves playing these 3 shows in very kind of rural, far-flung areas, east of Bangladesh, west of Burma, south of China. The cuisine was more Chinese than it was traditionally Indian.
The Hakka type stuff.
Yeah, there you go. But we played this one show in Aizawl. That's a city of 200,000-300,000 people, and it was this dirt soccer field in the side of the mountains with 5,000 people and it was mind blowing that we were that far away from home, and somehow it connected. So India was wild. Australia is always a good time. Tim, that was your last show.
That was my last tour. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Australia, the last couple of shows.
Gotta remind folks that we saw you post. So going forward, it'll be Tyler lugging everything, all the equipment, and you'll be sitting at home
do all the hard work,
making the music, right?
Tim's gonna be like, "Atta boy, you got it."
Yeah, you got it. Very cheering on and completely non-compliant. That's me. It's it's sort of moving into the next. I don't know if it feels grandiose to say the next phase of the Midnight, but in a sense, I think there's been sort of different phases. There was the phase before we started touring where we were just making stuff and putting it online, and then it kept growing, and then we played our first show in 2017 in the summer in the DNA Lounge in San Francisco, and that was a success. It was along with a co-headline with FM84, which we love those guys. And then there was like, well, maybe we can do that in LA, and that got us connected with who now is our manager and dear friend Justin Little, and he connected us with the right people, and we signed with our booking agents, and that's when we started touring in the next year in 2018, and that was sort of the testing grounds, like, can we do this? And after doing that for a couple of years, we did a little bit of touring in 2018, and then 19 was full on touring, did our first tour in Europe, some stuff in the US, and then the pandemic happened, and then a couple of years later we're back and we've been touring. And I think that journey, Lilia has come on board, Lilia Broussard, Royce Whitaker, we now have Justin Clonk on sax, and so the team feels really sort of dialed behind the scenes as well, a crew.
Right.
And we've been very lucky to have so many wonderful, talented people around us and continue to. But as that thing has grown, it's also spread it spreads everyone thinner because we're all doing more. But as the producer, and I feel like where my heart lies, my passion lies, and where I feel like I'm best served is making the music, creating it with Tyler. And when we started touring, this is sort of a long journey just to kind of sort of frame it a little bit for people to give them some understanding for why I made that decision. It's something I had never done. And it wasn't ever something that I was like, oh, I just want to go touring and be a live musician. I was a studio guy, right? I was a producer.
Right. You want to sit amongst your toys.
I want to sit and play with my weird noises and EQ a kick drum for 3 days. That's my sad existence.
While sipping on red wine.
While sipping on red wine, exactly. So you do it, and it took off, and we were touring, and it was really amazing. It was incredible. It gave me, like, it was for years really put me in front of people like yourselves, and you really saw those faces that I had only spoken to briefly on social media, and suddenly you see the real people behind this and how it affects people's lives. And that's something I'll always take with me. But then it got to a point where I realized it was affecting my mental health. And just spreading myself too thin, and I feel like maybe not doing my best work. And it was just a really calm conversation. And actually, Tyler was the one. You were the one. Remember Tyler saying, like, listen, this is our thing. This is our life, and we should be able to do this. What makes us happiest, and how we can do the best work, and hopefully everyone's happy. And so it's with a feeling of immense gratitude for the past few years and this whole journey, and also going into the future, that Tyler, my partner in this whole thing, is okay with pulling the heavy weight on the live side, so I can pull a heavier weight on the sort of production side. And we, if anything, we're actually creating more music. We're bandwidth has been freed up to actually be more creative. I find myself having more focus, and more focus to deep focus, and be creative and have a lot more fun, rather than trying to meet deadlines and trying to always catch up. So that's I hope that gives it a little bit more of a realistic kind of background story to how I arrived at that conclusion, and with Tyler's support and the whole band's support. And I feel, as I said, just feel really feel very grateful for. We were very careful in how we wanted to convey this information, because we didn't want to make it seem like, are they ending?
Right, the Midnight's breaking up. News at 11.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's actually the opposite. It's like, we want to keep doing this, so how can we do this better? And how can we do this where one of us doesn't, end up just, unhappy and unsatisfied, and not that was like the road I was on, but you got to find out, like, a lot of parts of this is hard work, and your heart's got to be in it. And so it's been really amazing to see the amount of support. There's always going to be some bad eggs going being negative or wanting something different. That's totally fine. but the amount of support, the overwhelming support from people when we posted it, I think it was earlier in January. That was incredible to see and really wonderful, because we kind of didn't know what we were going into, and still don't know, but we can see, you know, the sales for the European tour have been incredible, and the fall tour with Chromio is going
few
really
tickets
well too,
left.
so.
When I bought my tickets about a week ago, there was like just a handful left, and I texted my buddy, I'm like, we got to buy them now because we're getting in the front. Also Chromio, which, I mean, Chromio.
I know, right? Chromio. That's what we said.
Insane.
What?
I love those guys.
First of all, I gotta say, I'm glad it wasn't because you were dreading someone like myself hanging outside the tour bus after a show.
No, that's the fun part of it, is meeting people, you know? The tough part is not getting any sleep and eating bread and cheese and meat for a month straight. You know, and kind of just trying to stay alive and not get sick. That's the tough part. The meeting people is the fun, joyful part. Yeah. So I'll miss that immensely.
So let's pump up your upcoming tours, right?
Yes.
So Tyler's going to be on the road in July and also September, October. So Europe in July, Europe and the UK.
Yep.
And then you're back in North America, September and October with Chromio. Are you prepped for that? Are you ready for the next? Because it seems like you just got off one tour.
I know. Like, talk about mental health. Like, I'm right with you. Like, one of the things we always talk about on the show is we're a big proponent of mental health. We do a lot of different charities to just promote just taking care of yourself. And the fact that, you know, that decision, I'm sure wasn't a light decision, but it was the best decision for the music and for yourselves. And I honestly think the shows are going to be bigger than ever, because now, I mean, the music is just, it's going to come. Like, I can't even imagine how you like mix a snare like on a plane, or like while you're driving in a car.
That's why it was a problem.
Or a bus, and like, you know, I have no idea how that would even happen, but
we're beyond excited. I think also part of Tim staying at home and doing all the work that we have on our plate for the production side of things allows us to tour more and to tour a little more far and wide than we used to be able to. You know,
now I get to whip Tyler. I go, you get out there, you get out there now. You make Daddy some money. He cries and he weeps, but I don't let him. I go,
sell that merch.
Yes. Approximately that.
So let's remind everyone. Obviously, if people don't know already, the easiest place to get tickets, find out where you're touring and merch and
oh my God,
PSA. TheMidnightOfficial.com.
Can I put a PSA out there? Don't click on the first link on Google when you're like driving to pick up your daughter from school, and you need to buy the tickets now, and you click on that first. I got suckered into a third party, and I was like, but it was okay. But I'm that's just me being a cheapskate.
It bums us out. It's so hard. We want to sell these tickets at at best the price we can, and it's out of control.
They're extremely reasonable. For
prices get crazy.
I mean, for Chromio and the Midnight in a bill. I mean, that's
and let's remind everyone too. There's also the VIP package.
Yep.
So not just normal tickets, but there is the VIP package. So head over to the midnightofficial.com. Find your city, whether you're. I'm guessing Europe is almost sold out.
Basically sold out.
The European dates are nearly all sold out, but there's VIP that's still available. We've never done VIP in Europe, and apparently it's not really a cultural thing, but enough fans asked for it that we offered it. But VIP is going to be great. It's going to be the same thing in Europe and the US. It's been 10 years since Days of Thunder was released, and so I just kind of want to talk about a little bit about the journey and about the kind of creative marriage that Tim and I had. You know, I came in with my 3 chords and the truth on an acoustic guitar, and Tim was able to translate them to chords with long names on a synthesizer. That's how the thing was made. And we'll have obviously a question and answer section, and I'll sign whatever anybody brings to sign. But I look forward to
anything.
Hey.
I've signed a lot of weird stuff.
Easy, Dennis.
As long as it's long enough to write his name.
There you go. Sorry, Dennis.
Touche.
All right, you know what? Let's kick into a song.
Yes.
But first, I want to just do some shout outs to folks who have joined the chat. We've got Hannah B. And her other half, Lord Tut, who have joined the chat.
Awesome.
Late Night Hour, nice producer, is in the chat. We've also got Tara in the YouTube chat. We've got Ashure, who's in the chat. Chris Hahn, another producer. We've got another producer all the way from down under, Dave 808 Turner. Yeah. My buddy, and this guy tours to events just like Joe Loke does. DJ Sailor Gloom, aka John Constant, is in the house. Yes. And Cara and Zoe Lee has joined us in the chat.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, and one last shout out, Bending Grid is in the chat. So we interviewed him last week.
That's right.
He's got a 20-track album.
So good.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got this Ukrainian artist Taya Flo to do a cover of Vampires.
Yeah.
And
Have you heard that?
amazing. Yeah, so they.
It was.
I want to let you guys know they're big fans, especially Taya. So.
Thank you, Taya.
I've spoken with Taya. It's great. We've chatted. Bending Grids, awesome.
Yeah,
we're
amazing album.
Super enthused, just totally down for like the entire community, and I feed off of his energy daily because, man,
he
is a fireball.
That's a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's jump into track. We're gonna play this track from a video game.
Oh, that's right.
We'll talk briefly about it.
Yes, I definitely want to dig into this, but yeah, let's play it and then we'll discuss.
All right. So this came out in 2023. This is from the video game Road 96 Mile Zero. With so this is the Midnight Landlocked Heart right here on Night Ride FM.
Maybe I left here a long time ago and neither of us knew it. Would they say I lost the plot? Would you say I blew it? Thought I found a way back home, but now I'm looking through it. After all this time spent gone, I think I just outgrew it. Were we supposed to waste away? Empty out my bedroom, throw all that stuff away. All I'll take it with me now is a blank slate. 'Cause these days are too short to live a whole life through in this landlocked heart with you. Maybe I left here a long time ago, and maybe we both knew it. Maybe this could have been heaven, but the weeds just grew right through it. So what is left of paradise out beyond its edges? Empty lights, a sunset sky over empty hedges. Are we supposed to waste away? Empty out my bedroom,
And that was Landlocked Heart from the Road 96 Mile Zero. It was from, obviously, The Midnight. Amazing track. I dig that. I love when synthwave artists make music for the things I like. I'm a gamer. I love games. I thought this was a really cool game too. It's from Road 96. Now I guess this is either a prequel or a sequel to the original.
Sequel.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
How did you get involved in that game? And what was your experience putting together the song for it?
Well, DigiArt, the developers contacted us pretty far in advance and gave us the concept, and we thought we were working with kind of an epilogue to the kids trilogy. We were calling it Runaways, and we were like, well, what's the denouement for this story? How do we land the plane? And in the working through of Heroes, we kind of realized that we'd already done it. But there were a couple songs kind of left floating, half finished, and we thought that this would be a perfect song to include in the game. So we took some of the details, we changed some lines around a little bit, but this idea of leaving home and returning home and recognizing that it's not home anymore, and in that moment you kind of decide that you can leave it. If it's not true, if it's not the real story, then you can go elsewhere. We write for the Runaways, so this was another Runaway song.
I love so I just love the way that you do kind of like you really write stories, and I think that's why you resonate with so many people. You're not just writing about the traditional slacky whatever synthwave, although that's cool too, but it really comes from the heart. And I feel like these type of songs, these Runaway songs, or of course you have so many great tracks. America 2 is like one of my favorite hands down songs from any of your albums, which I know, Tyler, you wrote that for your solo project, and you kind of worked that into have it be a midnight track. But as a songwriter, I guess that's really your bread and butter, just getting the feels out there and having it be from the heart. But yeah, I love these like Runaway songs, and to me it's like synthwave nostalgia. Like that's it's what it's all about, getting out there and having the wind in your hair, as you're driving down the road. So
as we were kind of finishing up Kids, we kind of recognized that there were really 4 archetypes that we write into, and Kids, Monsters, Heroes, and Runaways. Those are kind of ways to categorize all the songs that we do. Those are our modes. Those are our kind of like universes that we try and live in.
I never thought of that. You know what? You're absolutely right. That's crazy.
Take it and apply it. I think it's a pretty good theory.
I like that.
We'll see if it's true or not.
But kudos. We love the track. Have you played the game?
Yeah, it's great. We played it on Steam. Yeah.
I gotta get. I that's on my wish list. I have to get it. I want to get the original one, and I'm gonna just end up getting the sequel, obviously. But so many great artists on it. I think Robert Parker, I believe he's on the first one.
Yep.
And I
think that's right.
It's crazy.
Speaking of, did you guys see what was it? That Forza 5 Horizon?
Oh my
retro, the synthwave lineup on that, which is
Troy Bishop,
Miami Nights, 1984. Yeah,
wow, that's so cool. I had no idea.
Savaro.
You know, if synthwave doesn't break into like top 40 Billboard, at least we'll be on every video game there is.
I think we pretty much got the market cornered there for video games and synth, because what doesn't go better? It's like peanut butter and jelly, you know.
I got a question from Jen, who was in the chat. She wanted to ask you guys, how was the orchestra experience? So I think that's the rearview mirror, right?
Oh,
it was incredible. I think we had 20 piece orchestra, double tracking everything. It was one of those sublime moments that we also recognized at the same time that we were paying by the day, and we had the time is just getting shorter and shorter, and so it was this experience that we were just kind of sweating bullets to beat the clock. I think I had 15 minutes to track all the verses, all the songs with vocals at the end of the day. But zooming out, it was an incredible experience. Mina Choi was such a pro, and what better way to serve those songs that have carried us so far, and we owe so much to, than to kind of give it the full treatment of a full orchestra.
Wow, that was super cool.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna move on to the comic.
I
Shadows.
think we need to talk about it's a good little turn of conversation here. So you did video games, you did so many orchestra playing with, like, you guys aren't not afraid to try fun and new things. Now you got a comic book, so like
somehow
amazing.
So let's let everyone know. First of all, if you want to check out, if you want to purchase a comic book, once again, just head over to themidnightofficial.com.
Thank you, Jules.
It's published by Dark Horse Comics, right?
That's correct.
Small potatoes.
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
They're going somewhere.
So how long was that in the works for?
Ooh, is that coming up to 4 years now, Tyler?
It was initially just kind of offered as a suggestion. Hey, your booking agents also have a book publisher. Would you ever want to do a book? That was, I think, in 2019, and then the real kind of suggestion came in 2020, at kind of the beginning of the pandemic. And I reached out to my friend Zach Kaplan, who I used to play poker on Tuesday night. I used to play poker at his house. He was a TV writer at the time and had since gotten into comic book writing. And we thought as a team we would just reach out to him. And he has been just the most amazing collaborator that we could have ever hoped for. He's found the artist, has been interfacing with Dark Horse, has done a really good job of interfacing with us of what a midnight hero's journey, graphic novel narrative could look like. Because these songs are like 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. These are vignettes of a world. They kind of paint the background of a world. But now we get to tell kind of a hero's journey story in this world.
Wow.
And we needed a pro. So Zach was our pro.
And I gotta it's a book. It's not like one of these like thin comics. It's a book.
Yeah, I saw.
And it's
an actual
it's like
graphic novel.
$20 American. Like, that's dirt cheap for that amount of content.
Right, exactly.
We should raise the price, Tyler.
I mean, it's not like music, which is free to make. Like,
Yeah, right.
I know, right? To echo Tyler's sentiments, Zach really was the ringleader. We gave him all sorts of input, and inspiration and nuggets for ideas for, maybe there's a little Easter egg here, and maybe this character's name is Jason, and maybe blah blah blah.
Oh my God!
And
yes.
That's the fun of it. But the heavy that was, we got to we got to just kind of throw stuff at the wall, and Zach was the one that made it all work and function as a story and incorporated our input and our ideas, but really implemented them and made an actual story that makes sense and there's an emotional arc, and it's set in this universe that we have sort of created, but he's built on that. Like Tyler said, he found the artists. It's so many moving objects, and trying to hit the mark it's a tough thing. We make music, and there's a lot of it's a simpler process, but there's still a lot of stuff that sort of has to happen. Graphic novel, with the writers and working with different people, it's a lot. So the way Zach handled that and built on what we sort of had established is incredible. We feel very fortunate to be connected with him and even have him involved. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Well, the artwork looks amazing.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
I mean, you guys have always had great artwork for all of your stuff. And again, I think we were talking a little bit about this off air. We also had a wonderful treat where we had that great album drop on, it was Record Day, wasn't it, Jules? I believe.
Which
the live album.
Yeah, the Red, White, and Bruised.
Right. And
Record Day 2023.
Yes. Now, we were also talking off air, and we had mentioned that we had so many people that were able to like actually walk into the store and purchase that vinyl, and I just thought it was like so cool. And apparently, Tim, you were a little surprised that it was in that many stestores, which
I
find
didn't know
hilarious.
that. I knew it was in a few stores. I know our manager had said that. I just didn't know to which extent.
Did he tell you how many had been pressed?
He probably did, and I don't.
Somehow it made its way to like stores in Brazil. It made its way into stores in Toronto, New Jersey.
Yeah. There was stores
I
in
think
Jersey.
there was a
that had it.
collaboration with the distributor for physical media, if I'm not mistaken, right, Tyler? I think so, but I didn't know. So that's a while back.
Yeah,
I can't keep track of all that stuff.
I played Record Store Day, and I know that at least Atlanta's Criminal Records got something like 60 copies.
Yeah,
amazing.
And they were sold out by the second day. I went back and bought the last 2 copies there, but yeah, it was an amazing.
So, all these delays in vinyl deliveries, it's because of you guys. It's not because of Adele or Swift.
It used to be Adele, now it's us.
Now it's the Midnight.
So that big.
Midnight's putting out their album, so we gotta wait another.
It's honestly, it's funny because it always takes me by surprise that anyone buys our stuff, let alone knows about us. Like the fact that we sold out 60 copies in a couple of days in Atlanta. I didn't know that, and that's nuts.
It's amazing.
60 people know about us in Atlanta. That's really cool.
Think probably a little bit more than that.
I mean, it's still crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it is, and you guys, like I said, I think you guys are just you. I almost said you touch people in all the right places. I needed to pull that back.
Say it again and say it slower in a really deep, creepy voice.
It still came out of my mouth, even though I said I wasn't going to say it. But you do. You have this touch point with your fans, and I think that's what really gets them so excited to be able to go out and buy that record. And it was an amazing record. So it was a live. Was it a double album? Because I know it's a pretty long album when you listen to it on streaming or whatever. It's a double album.
Double, right?
So we released it for Record Store Day as a single album. Electronically, we added some extra songs. So
that's what it was.
Maybe one day we'll be able to press the entire thing.
But yeah, you give something special to the people that can just stream it, and they got the album sold out on, which they went very quickly.
It was that, but it was also Record Store Day has their rules, so we wanted to abide by that, but we also wanted to give the fans as much as we could. So we couldn't afford to press a double album on vinyl of that.
That makes sense.
Not 60 copies per store per city in the world.
No.
But so
not
Dennis,
even Adele can do that.
Well, not yet. Maybe. I think she. Yeah. Anyways, I won't go there. So I think Dennis was going to ask.
I wanted to talk about
all the tracks on Red, White, and Bruised. Were they all recorded? Did you like snag recordings from different performances in different cities?
Yeah. It was all West Coast. All West Coast. I think it was like 5 or 6 different shows. Royce had a board recording, and it was like a week on tour, and we went back and mixed a few things and made some levels sound better, and we didn't have crowd mics up, so I think that was some magic that RX8 or whatever it is to bring up noise. But yeah, that was all credit to Royce, our MD and music director.
Yeah,
it came out really well.
Even
the art, I love the art. Was that pictures that you have taken like on the tour and you kind of put it up together?
Yeah, they're all just moments, It's sort of in a weird way, it reminds me a little bit of the Synchronicity album by The Police.
Oh my god! I was just gonna say that. In fact, I'm just drawing a blank right now, but there's one song on the album. I think it's from your Halloween EP, and to me it is just like it's got The Police Synchronicity all over it. I'm like, oh my god, this is literally like not that you guys are obviously not plagiarizing from The Police, but then again, it's a synthwave thing, so it's sort of like
Absolutely.
that's almost a badge of honor.
Is there a track that
Inspired by
that, or? Now I'm curious which track that is.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to. I'll probably have to send it to you off air because I can't think of the track, but it was. All right. This is me
good.
writing down so much, and then the one thing I wanted to say.
Let's do this. Let's play a track.
Yes.
And actually, before we do that, I just want to do a quick shout out. We've got one question from Taikao, who wants to know. There was a teaser today. He
Oh, yeah?
wants to know if there's details about like a Shadows Redux.
Tim?
Teaser?
Wait, what?
Tim, did you do a teaser?
Did you?
I didn't do anything with Shadows Redux. I haven't posted that anywhere. So I don't know where that came from. Who said that?
I don't know. There was the Midnight official channel, so I don't know.
Are you saying that
I think
with a
people are
wink?
thinking, it sounds like Shadows.
I posted a little snippet of not addictive phone of a Dropbox link, but I didn't post the title of that.
No.
So
I think
maybe I'm curious how that.
I think, well, you've got some mild fans out there.
You've
so
got
they're
some
probably
super
they're probably like analyzing every tweet.
Yeah, they're running it through like.
Wait. Was there
filters.
a tweet from our channels?
Yes,
quoting Shadows Redux.
Yeah,
no, I didn't say Shadows Redux. It just said.
It said Shadows, and I read the comments, Tim. They were like, "Oh, Shadows Part 2, awesome, great."
Wait. Now I'm really curious because I tweeted a couple of days ago, 2 nights ago, maybe a little bit more. I tweeted Tim, 1 minute.
I checked the comments. Everyone was like, "Oh, great, Shadows Redux."
Yeah, some people. I mean, this isn't public knowledge, but yeah, it was the intro for this Shadows kind of Redux we're doing. But now I don't know who said Shadows Redux. I saw a couple of comments going, "Ooh, it sounds like Shadows," or
you have some fans
out
there.
So this Dropbox link then. So obviously, Tim, you know something nobody else does, I guess
that was my post. That's I think I wrote. I know something you don't.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I guess what we're gonna have to wait to find out what that is, right?
You open the door and people they're trying to break down the door right now. In fact.
Damn it!
There is something happening, something brewing. It's nothing big. It's fun, but I've had a blast.
All right, let's play a track.
Let's play a track.
By the way, I want a quick shout out to Unholy Zoe. I'm so happy to be here. It's a nice long. And we've also got Zweb and Zoru. We've got Steamboat in the chat. Jupiter's in the chat. Our buddies from Down Under, Retro Hit Radio.
There.
A fellow online radio station that plays synthwave and 80s 24/7.
And they syndicate this show, which is
they syndicate it. Like, who would want to syndicate us? Go figure. So, hey, shout out to the Retro Hit Radio listeners.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
And our buddy Z, who created Nightride.fm. I guess he's awake in Tasmania.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, let's drop a track.
Let's do it. And we'll come back. So, you dropped an album in 2022, Heroes. And we picked this song. It's called Change Your Heart or Die by The Midnight, right here on Nightride FM.
Took a lot of money to look the part. Took a lot of pain to tame a heart. Took a lot of years to lose my fear of flying. Took a long time to finally start, then it took a good day to fall apart. Took a lot of tears to lose my fear of crying, of crying. Change your heart or
And there it is, Change Your Heart or Die by The Midnight. And I do want to mention that whenever I hear the title of that song, I think of, I'm a big David Lynch fan. And there is a phrase that they say in David Lynch, The Return, Twin Peaks.
You're on to something. Keep going, Dennis.
Oh my God, please tell me this has a reference. But the wording is different.
Yeah.
It's
Tell them they better change their hearts or die.
Yeah, essentially that, yes. And it's basically like this. To me, it was a poignant moment in the show. Fix your heart or die.
That's right.
That's
Tell
what
them
it
they fix
was.
their hearts or die. That's right.
And every time I hear that, I'm like, that is in the back of my head. Did that come in any way from a nod to that show? Because if so, I like you guys even more now.
Say yes, Tyler. Say yes.
Just
you like us.
I mean, of course. It was a GIF. I saw it. I was writing for my secret layer. My I did a monthly subscription thing, and I was working on sampling, and so I had the line "Change Your Heart or Die." It also is kind of similar to this Rilke poem. I think it's like Statue of Apollo. At the end of the poem, he's like, "And then I realized you had to change your life." So somewhere between that and I think it was W.H. Auden saying that once you realize basically what nuclear weapons can do, then we all have to love each other or die. So somewhere in between all of that, but it was David Lynch. It was seeing that GIF pop up on my smartphone that day that caused me to go down and sing it into my sampler, and I made a crappy electronic track with it, and eventually when Tim and I were in California writing for Heroes, it came up and he was like, okay, yeah, let's tease this out. So yes, absolutely.
Amazing. Oh my God. That is like that the Twin Peaks, and to me I like two things. I like synthwave and Twin Peaks, and the fact that
those are the only two things you like.
They're the only two things that I like in this world, and the fact that
things.
You put that together, like that is just absolutely incredible.
By the way, Tyler, never mind what some people are saying in the chats. It's pronounced GIF, not GIF. And I will go to my grave saying this is GIF.
It is GIF.
GIF, goddammit. Even the creator of it calls it GIF.
Yes.
I know. I've been on both sides of this fence and hated the other side when I was on.
I'm on Team GIF, guys.
No.
It's a great debate.
So, speaking of these speaking of Twin Peaks, Tim, Tyler, do you guys have time to watch TV and movies? Because
you gotta have some downtime when you're not
Godzilla minus one.
Oh my God, Godzilla minus one was so good. Everybody should watch that.
It just hit Netflix, and it is the best Godzilla movie ever.
I've heard that it's incredible. Now I'm gonna add it.
You know what? You see like maybe 20 minutes of Godzilla in this movie. He's mean as fuck. Excuse my language, but it's more about they actually have good actors with good script, and it's about the human story and the human toll of World War II, and just
how good was that? I don't know if it's on Netflix in the US, but
it is. It surprise launch this past weekend.
Oh my God, that's like everybody should go watch that tonight. You will be so happy. The kamikaze pilot who doesn't do it and who needs to like redeem his soul. It's so incredibly good.
Yep. It is good.
You guys have me convinced.
Speaking of that, so are you guys watching anything? Any TV shows like I don't know, Fallout or Tokyo Vice?
Oh my God, I just finished Tokyo Vice a few weeks ago, and it left a Tokyo-sized hole in my heart.
That was a good show. I got to get back on that. I watched I think the first 3 episodes, and it was really good.
Tim, how about you? Anytime?
I just I tend to wind down late at night after a long day of making the hit records. I'll pop on something, and lately I started watching the Offer. It's on Paramount Plus last week, and I came across a couple of clips on YouTube, and I was like, this looks really good, well acted, and this is interesting. And I started watching the first episode, and I got 20 minutes, and I was like, I should probably watch the original Godfather because I've never seen any of the movies.
Oh,
I
wow.
know.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry. You can yell at me offline,
Oh.
please. Be gentle. I'm a
Yeah.
delicate creature.
That's okay. I haven't watched Aliens or Godzilla.
Oh,
so.
Jesus.
Oh my
Dennis.
goodness.
Dennis.
Wow,
All right, so-
Aliens. That's surprising, actually.
Tim and Dennis, we
We were talking earlier about
an
giving
intervention needs to happen here.
I know.
Just take
Well,
away my
then I went
sentiment
and watched The Godfather, and
Ah.
I've just never been much for gangster movies. It's
Yeah.
just not what draws me in. But I love Casino, so it's not
Mhm.
like I had anything against them. But I just hadn't really. I hadn't watched. I had only ever watched Rocky IV for the longest time, and earlier this year I watched the rest of them, and it was great. But I watched The Godfather, and over a couple of days, because it's a long 3-hour movie, and I was like, yeah, this is great. I can totally see why this captured everyone's emotional kind of space. And so now I'm watching the it's about a 10 episode, I think it's like a miniseries, came out a couple of years ago. Really well acted, it's great, and it's great. I mean, I think the drama's dialed up a bit, but the offer on Paramount Plus is great. So that's kind of what I'm watching now. I'm in like episode 4, I think. So
All right.
highly recommend.
I'm ready for the new Midnight album coming out, and it's gonna have this like mafia spin or something on it.
It's all gonna be.
It's gonna be like
just
noir,
Italian, Italian synthwave. Ooh.
Italian synthwave.
It would
By the
be
way,
Italo disco.
Quick shout out to Labyrinthine Complexities who joined us in the chats.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I feel like Italian mobster synthwave. Isn't that just giallo movies? That's what.
Yeah, I was
that's-
just
that's
about to
what-
say.
where that leads, right?
I
Yeah.
think you're right.
We got some good giallo tunes coming out of midnight soon.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
I always got to ask this. 'cause
Oh, here it comes. I was waiting.
I don't
for
think I
this
ever
one.
asked you guys this, and
didn't.
knowing the amount of toys you have, Tim, like so.
So while
so
you're
you-
watching your Godfather movie and you're just noodling around, I'll
yeah,
let
when
you
you're
ask the
noodling
question.
around and you launch up, you boot up the computer and you launch what DAW?
Logic.
Okay.
Logic. There it
There
is.
we go.
Wow. Did I sense some disdain in your voice there, Julie?
No.
I'm tracking which artists use which DAWs
Gotcha.
for the upcoming DAW Wars.
Yeah.
DAW
we
Wars, I
we
love
use
it.
Ableton for live though, and we
Yeah,
do
that's true.
make some things, but it's more like practical things. It's less creative stuff in Ableton.
Although Ableton, I mean, I wish I was better at it. Ableton is such a versatile. I think that's the most versatile of all. Well, at least of those 3 DAWs: Pro Tool, Logic, Ableton. I know Studio One is a whole new thing, but yeah, I'm a Logic guy. It's kind
There's
of
a
where
whole bunch of there's a new army of Bitwig fans.
Yeah,
Of what?
Wig's great.
Bit-
That's
yeah,
that's
Bitwig.
the kids.
Yeah. All right, and Dennis, you've got a question here.
I don't even know where we're at in the script. This is
Dude, so
this is how
something
much
about
I've been
TMNT,
Oh, what? Do what now?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
This was a throwaway, just a silly question. But all right, so you guys are, you're just hanging out at a barcade. I'm sure they have a barcade around your area. Just hanging out, and of course, what your go-to game is, of course, got to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because it's everyone's go-to game when you have more than 2 or 3 people. You sit down, and which character do each of you play?
Ooh, I'm curious to know your answer for this one, Tim.
in the TMNT arcade game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, which of the
I
4
don't
turtles
think I've
did you
ever
play?
played it. Or maybe I've played it, but I certainly don't remember what their different. Are there differences in the characters'
Wait,
Yep.
strength
you
level?
don't know the
One
wait,
has
Tim,
nunchucks, one has a staff.
I mean,
one has-
I know that, but I didn't know if it was like they do different damage or if it really makes sense
No,
to
which-
change.
which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle are you, Tim?
I mean,
That's the question.
I'll tell you this much: when I was 12, I was dressed up as Raphael.
There
And
you
I
go.
had,
Right.
I was
That is the
in
correct
school.
answer, by the way.
That's the correct. I'm gonna stay. Cool. I'm not booted off the island. Yeah, I dressed up as 12 years old. I had my mom make me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, like a shell, and I wore green, and I had my little red headband, which I guess stayed. It was the Karate Kid headband, and that stayed in the midnight back in 2018.
Oh my god, I love it.
But yeah, that's the red one, and I had these. Now I'm just remembering. Now I had my dad go to an auto repair store or not a store, like a
Shop?
workshop, like a shop, and had them make. What are they called? The katana? No, not a katanas. What are they called? Raphael's.
Sai?
No. Sai? Is that what they're called?
There's the katana, there's the nunchucks, there's the staff, and then there's the other thing that I
yeah,
can't remember.
it's called
Kind of fork-looking thingies. Everyone's
Sai.
yelling at us right now. But yeah, my dad had the guys at the shop make me like sort of put them together and make it out of a piece of iron. I was like, this
nice.
is the coolest thing ever.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I guess I would be Raphael. It's a long.
What about you, Tyler?
That's awesome.
I vacillated. My shadow side was Michelangelo, but my true side was Leonardo.
Leonardo. Yes.
So I'm a Donatello person, so I guess I should just slink into the background here.
No,
Donatello. I used to have a stick though. Donatello was my jam as well. He's cool.
Donatello is the quartermaster. He's the Q. He's like the
Yes, he is.
who's too smart behind the scenes. Doesn't need to kind of get in the fray. Raphael is always rebellious.
I like
Michelangelo is just a cool dude.
Michelangelo is just kooky. He's just like chaotic.
Yeah.
It is funny though,
rascal.
like every single one of those characters, like you think like, you know, the guy with the staff is going to have a special power and the nunchucks, but really in the end it just turned into like you just mash the buttons as fast as you can and then you die and then you put more quarters in and then, you know, 20 minutes later you're beating the game and you're no better for it. But you had a lot of fun with your buddy.
You're right. The chat's like educating us here. So the staff is called a bow, and those forky things are called sai, as Tyler said.
Sai.
Yeah,
A bow. Okay.
sai. All right, let's play last track from you guys tonight, and then we'll wrap it up and let you guys go.
Yeah.
As we said, it's been 10 years of the Midnight.
Yeah.
And so Days of Thunder was your first release, correct?
No.
Yeah, the album.
Wasn't it-
Or
Yeah,
Wasn't
the album.
yeah.
I was gonna say We Move Forward is like your
Yeah.
earliest release, right? I guess.
Oh, real? I don't remember that. Did that come out? Did we put that out as a single or?
No, that was the first song that we wrote. That's right.
Right.
Oh, that was the first song we wrote. Yeah, for sure.
And then
I think we just put out the
album.
EP. Yeah.
Yeah, the EP came out so I'm looking
2014.
2014. So 10 years of the Midnight.
I know.
That's incredible.
Crazy. Thank you, everyone.
Well, here's to 10 years more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, you know what? I think pretty much everyone's been to a Midnight concert, and I know besides Sunset, which everybody can sing front, backwards, you know, any which way. But the other song everybody loves and I love is Los Angeles, because that one little line, "Our Holy Mother of the Midnight."
There it is.
It's once again the crowd just belts it out. So let's play it. This is Los Angeles by the Midnight right here on Night Ride FM.
Thank out the canyon fire. Its hands raised like a gospel choir. If we live forever, let us live forever tonight. Helicopters against the moonlight, our holy mother of the midnight. And if we live forever, let us live forever tonight.
And there it is, Los Angeles by the midnight. Everyone's got their lighters out and just waving them around in the room.
Everyone's crying.
I was watching the chat. Like everybody knows the lyrics to every song. It's just.
It really.
Not a cult. Not a cult. Not at all.
Not a cult.
Although it would be great if it was, right? Wait, what?
It would be the perfect cult. But so much energy. I love the crowd participation. I can't wait to see you. I'm going to see you in, I think, October is when I bought my tickets for. I'm just totally stoked. But
actually, you know what? I got a question.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. Maybe you guys can pass this up to the ticket seller. The tickets so far are non-transferable. So if I knew someone, let's say a friend of mine happened to buy a ticket for someone in another city, but it was under my account. And like, how do I get the ticket
just
over
totally
to them?
hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Maybe you can like push that back to the ticket sellers. Otherwise, you know what? I'll just give them my login.
Yeah.
Also, Dennis and Jules, just ask and tell us like what shows you're coming to, and we'll get you in with and let you backstage to drink Royce's whiskey.
Oh, we do like our whiskey.
Just for future reference.
You just hooked Dennis right there.
That's you had me. Well, yeah. Come for the midnight, stay for the whiskey. That's always that's how you get to my heart. But thank you.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Yes,
we are like past the time I wanted to keep you guys.
Jules, but there's one thing we haven't talked about yet.
Oh yeah.
New album,
new music,
possibly in the future. What's going on? What's the dirt? Where are we going? Where's the next journey? Where's the next adventure? Do you have anything in the works, music wise? I know a lot of people have been.
No, we're just chilling. I'm kidding. I'm definitely kidding. Yeah, we're full on in production for the next album, whenever that may come out, probably sometime next year. And we're adding some more. We felt like it needed some more jams, but I think it's it is a spoiler, but it's a spoiler we can say. It's definitely that is a return to the very electronic space that albums like Endless Summer and Nocturnal and Kids live in. It definitely live in that, and so it's always an ongoing balance to keep the retro feels, but also push the envelope and use new sounds. But I think with this album, from a production standpoint, I think I've taken the mantra of really leaning into what we are, and that's been really, really fun and rewarding. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, it's kind of fun to all the albums before this one, we've kind of been discovering what we are. We're kind of pushing in all directions and going, well, is it there? Is it there? And it is kind of nice to be 10 years into this thing and go, well, let's just like do what we enjoy doing best that feels in our lane. So hopefully that's where we'll land.
Oh, well said. I'm excited now. All right. So you're going to get that old school sound. And of course, there's got to be a couple big heavy crowd pleasers that people are going to want to belt out and pull their lighters out for, I'm sure, in the
right
works.
Away. Yeah.
Hopefully they will. Hopefully you're not wrong. Hopefully we won't prove you wrong. I mean, I think it's as we finish off here, definitely, going the OG kind of midnight sound is what we're leaning into. But I think also I've taken a lot of inspiration from sort of 90s trance and stuff like that. So there's an infusion of that world, been very inspired by acts like Underworld and things like that. So there's a lot of that. But also a lot of what I guess you would consider, quote unquote, classic synthwave or classic the midnight or whatever that is. Right. And it's just really fun, like Tyler said, to echo his sentiments, to kind of come back and go, let's be able to have the freedom 10 years and we've explored a lot of corners in that room, and now go, you know what, we've created a really nice space for ourselves, and now we get to kind of linger in that, and it's really fun and rewarding.
By the way, I just want to do a shout out to Labyrinthine Complexities. It's her birthday today, and she's like,
happy birthday!
Great birthday present to have the midnight on.
That's it. In fact, it's a gift for us as well. My birthday's not until November, but like this was a really, as we mentioned in the beginning of the show, this is our season finale, and we really are just head over heels the fact that we can have you guys on for the last show of the season. Then I go jump in the pool. I got my swimmies, I just pull on my snorkeling outfit.
The rest of it, Tim, Dennis, myself, we're gonna relax. Poor Tyler's got to get on a plane.
It's great. It's fine.
Get out there, make us some money.
Europe is a nice place to visit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you got that right.
You know what? I think I asked this on social media. When you were in Australia, did you get a chance to have an Aussie meat pie?
Oh yeah,
because those are. It's like 50% gravy, and it just so good.
What about the Vegemite? Any Vegemite?
Well, actually, believe it or not, in some places they put a little bit of Vegemite in, but thankfully you don't taste it.
Really?
I know I'm gonna get crucified now. By
we have a lot of Aussies listeners too. You have to be careful on how you say things like Vegemite and your reaction to it. I never had it personally. So I'm actually, maybe one of these days I'll go and experience it. Somebody was supposed to mail me Vegemite, but
maybe it was Craig or
I think
but Hero or Z.
Can you even mail Vegemite? I don't even know.
I think it's not a meat, so I think you can mail it.
Maybe.
Yeah,
it should go.
It's like a yeast.
It's a yeast.
All right.
Yeah.
But and
it's delicious.
Vegemite
Z says. He missed you in Australia, but he hopes you enjoyed Hobart.
Oh, So it's a bit longer of a story, but post tour. So last year, my wife had cancer, and we went through chemo and just the horrific year that we had. We looked at each other and said, "We're going to Tokyo in 2024."
Oh, that's awesome.
So they met me in Australia. I had like a week between tour life and family life, and I went to Hobart. And Z is in Hobart, but he's on the north side of Hobart, and I was in north side of Tasmania, and I was on the south. Right. And Tasmania on a map looks very small.
I know, but like Australia, it's goddamn huge.
It's humongous. So I didn't get a chance to see him, but I did hang out in Tasmania, and it was incredible. Australians do everything well. There's like 25 million of them. It's like the population of Florida over the size of the continental U.S. And everything that they touch is amazing. Yeah. The wine, the food, like the coastlines. It's an amazing place. And depending on our next president, I might join you guys sooner.
They are the enlightened ones.
One other thing, Jen's warning you when you come to Toronto, Tyler, you're going to get most likely a couple of shirts, Synth Daddy t-shirts, one to bring home to Tim.
It continues.
It continues. And shout out to Dark Slalom, who just joined us in the chats as we wrap up. We've talked about your upcoming album. Obviously, I think everyone knows where to find you on socials. It's usually The Midnight Official or The Midnight.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, the best place to go is your website, themidnightofficial.com, for touring information and tickets, for your merch, including the comic. Folks, it's a wicked deal for this thick book of artwork.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's on pre-order now, right?
It is, yes.
It's on pre-order.
Very
it comes out the first week of October. And I think this is our last week for you to be able to order the deluxe editions, which will come with special vinyls and all sorts of things. But we have to know how many boxes to make because
it comes with vinyls too. Oh my god! All right,
so well, there you go.
Yes, it does.
So
And possibly a redux of something. You never know.
How they got that name, I'll never figure it out.
I never know.
But,
That's awesome.
guys, thank you so much. We're gonna say bye-bye to you here on the air, and then just stick around for a second when we play our next track, so we can say bye-bye. But once again, to I think all the people in the chat and the listeners want to say hi and how much they love you, like we do, and everyone is really appreciative of you coming on the show.
Yeah,
this was a blast.
Oh man,
anytime.
Congrats on an amazing season. We love you. I feel like we've been a part of this story from the beginning. We've certainly been following you, Dennis and Jules, and
honored.
you know, I've been a part of the Discord for I don't know, a few years. I'll pop in incognito and check in and make sure everything's
there it is. In fact, I've seen you come at least for a while. Like, I remember you used to pop into the IRC and everything like that. It was like, holy shoot, it's Tyler Dialing. That's the cool thing about it too. Like, you guys you're playing so many awesome venues, you're playing the world, but you're keeping your roots to synthwave. And I think it's just incredible that you guys are very representative of just all the awesome things that this community has to offer, and the fact that, you know, like, just the fact that you keep it synthwave and you keep it real, but you're still out there and just touring and just making so many people happy. I think it's just a wonderful testament to this community, and we're just so glad you're a part of it. So thank you.
Standing on the shoulders
Very,
of
very
giants, like you know, this community is incredible, and it was this community that helped inspire, you know, this crazy retro thing that we've been doing for 10 years. So you know, this FM Attack, Betamax, Time Cop, Future Cop, like all these guys,
Miami Nights, all the boys,
Miami Nights,
all the girls, all of them.
Yeah, greats.
Droid Bishop, another of my favorites.
Droid, man, DP.
Da Bish. All right, quick shout out to Border Corps, who just joined into the chat real quick. We are going to say our goodbyes. So once again, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
Dennis,
you for having us.
Go get
Thank
your
you, everyone.
tickets. Get
Yes,
your
folks,
pre-orders
get
in.
your comics, get your albums, get your tickets.
Yes. Get
Because-
your graphic novels,
because-
get your music,
Yeah,
get your
because-
tickets, get all of it.
Music costs nothing to make. So, like, yeah.
Perfect ending.
Oh boy. Anyways, with that, right, Toronto artist Night Flyer. I hope he's still in the chat, tuned in. But we've got his latest collab lined up. We had him on as a guest this season, right?
We did,
Dennis?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So he submitted one of his latest singles to us. This is Night Flyer featuring Eli X with Home right here on Night Ride FM.
Sweet.
Sometimes I need to know when to let go. Now I'm all alone, lost in your records. Will you return home where you belong? Will you return home where you belong? Just yesterday, I knew who you were. How can you change so fast? What we had, should we leave it in the past? Would you ever come back? Will you return
And that was Home by Night Flyer featuring Eli X.
Yeah.
Love it.
Wow.
This was a fun show.
Yes, it was. I love TMNT, man.
This was so great. What a way to end a season. I mean, it's been, when did we start? We started early this year.
Yeah, we did take a couple of weeks break here and there.
Yeah. Well, things happened because that's life.
It's not the end yet. We still have like 4 more songs to play.
We do. This isn't everything. We still have a lot of great stuff in store, including some more touring information. So
let's play another song.
I think we should just drop another track for the people that want to check out this wonderful. This is Jacket and Bunny X. I'm just totally I'm going ahead of myself here, but is this their first collab?
I think so.
Featuring Jenny Bates, who also plays with Diamond Field.
Yeah, Diamond Field. So yeah, here it is. This is the new collaboration from Colorado artist Jacket and the New York talents of Bunny X and Jenny Bates, who most people know performs with Diamond Field.
Yeah.
And the track is called Any Day and Every Night, and you're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM.
Almost every time I think of you, that it's the last of your leaving. I just assume falling asleep tonight, I'll fall apart, wide awake and dreaming. You just get under my skin, so close to me. And I need you more than ever. Any day and every night, it doesn't matter the time, I dream of you. Any day and every night. Exposed to midnight air. You take my breath, but I'd give it to you gladly. It's repetition, yeah. You've heard before that I've fallen so madly. You just get under my skin, so close to me, and I need you more than ever. Any day and every night, it doesn't matter the time, I dream of you. Any day and every night. You know I've fallen for you. Any day and every night. Any day, every night. All I want is you. All I want is you. You just get under my skin, so close to me, and I need you more than ever. Any day and every night, it doesn't matter the time, I dream of you. Any day and every
And there it is, Any Day and did I mess it up already? Any Day and Every Night by Jacket and Bunny X featuring Jenny Bates.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful song.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Of course, as always, I'm popping the links to Bandcamp because I won't. Well, you know what? Nobody should ever pop links to the big S anymore.
Pop you popping links.
If you're gonna stream music.
Oh, that's right. Well, you know,
Bandcamp.
You know, it's
buy your songs and stream it from Bandcamp.
But it only costs nothing to make music.
Right? Yeah,
don't forget
nothing
that.
to make music.
Yeah.
But, time to talk about tours.
Oh, that's right. We do that thing too.
No,
where we talk about touring in advance. And I can say, Jules, before we go into touring, I do want to talk about briefly. I don't know if you ever heard of Melanie Martinez. I just went to her concert and, dude,
Nope.
flames, lasers, jumping bears, pyrotechnics. It was like explosions and confetti all over. Like this was probably one of the best concerts. So like I think now we have like a barometer. We need to get like synthwave to that level where there's fire and explosions and people swinging from trapeze. And then I think
DJs we should start it.
I need to set things more on fire when I perform live, because I think that's really going to go over, you know?
People will fill stadiums to see DJ Groot. And you could be like all those big DJs where you don't even touch the controller, you just pump your fist in the air while the fireworks are going off.
Yes, that's all I want to do. I just want to like scream and jump up and down and clap my hands. And let someone else do the actual DJing part. But you can go and see these people. I think they're going to be a little bit more than that. They actually perform some awesome shows, and we will tell you about who's coming to town. So, Jules, who's coming to town?
Okay, so from here till June 13th, Kibu is still on tour in Europe. It's called the Synthesizer Legends Tour. And if you know anything about Kibu, if you like your Jean-Michel Jarre or Vangelis or any of the classic synth stuff, Kibu is your man. So if you're in Europe, you're probably lucky enough to be able to catch a show.
Yes.
Yeah, you got this next one that's happening, Saturday?
Hotline Bristol, Part 2. And that has Nina and Radio Wolf, Danny Jean Phoenix, Taurus, 1984, Robert Parker, Area Nexus, Pensacola Mist, and Wolf Club. That is in Bristol, UK. Crazy.
It's also crazy. There's DJ sets by DJ Max Speed and Patrick Fakeman. So that is like an all-day event.
Yeah. So check that out if you're in the area. Oh, this one, I guess this is up in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, June 28th, end of the month. If you're in Toronto or near Toronto, Midnight Danger is coming to town all the way from Sweden for a One Nightmare Only show. Because nice. he's got his Nightmare Over Europe tour later on in September.
Right.
But he's doing one show here in Toronto, and yours truly will be closing out the night with a DJ set.
Awesome. And then we have July 11th through August 10th. We have the summer tour, Magic Sword and Essinger. Speaking of Essinger, that is in USA of the USA. So go check that out if you are in the USA. Bunch of places.
And of course, we were talking about this earlier. July 12th to the 28th, The Midnight is on tour in Europe and the UK.
Midnight.
A holy mother of the midnight.
We should not quit our day jobs. That is going on in Europe, UK. September 3rd through the 17th, we have Nightmares Over Europe. Is that what you were just mentioning?
Yep.
With Midnight Danger, that is in Europe. And that is Nightmare Over Europe. I just said that, so there you go.
September 4th to the 28th, in the UK and Ireland, LeBrock goes on tour with support from Wolf Club.
Nice. Very good. We have NA Mini Tour with Brother Tiger, September 4th through the 24th, USA and Canada. We had Brother Tiger on earlier. Was that this season or was last season?
I think it was last season, and he's a cool dude.
I love his stuff. Super chill, super awesome. Playing on a chill, fun night with Brother Tiger if you are in the area. That's in September.
I think it's going to be like more or less like the East Coast of North America.
Okay, that's
Toronto,
me.
Montreal, and a few places down your way.
That's me. All right.
September 6th to October 18th, we talked about this once again, the North America tour by The Midnight, which goes down in USA and Canada, pretty much all the cities that matter. Like from New Jersey to Colorado, from Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, you name it. And they're going to be playing, with Chromeo.
That's incredible. I can't wait. Last but not least, we have the Tour.exe in Europe. and that is Master Boot Record. I missed him when he played in Philly. He sold out, and this is how I could say he is not synthwave because he actually
he's like
sold
chip metal.
out. Yeah,
but he sells out, man.
I couldn't believe he sold out. I was like so heartbroken, but now I know. Buy your Master Boot Record. Buy them now. Buy the tickets now while you can.
Yeah, if you're in Europe, go see Master Boot Record. That's October 18th to November 19th. And of course, if you just want to find out where we're getting this information, it's from our Synthwave Events blog entry on the nightride.fm website. If you want to find it, just go to Google, type Synthwave Events, and the first link that pops up, hey, you're there.
That's it. It's as easy as that. So we have another track. We are getting ready to wrap up our show, but this is
three more tracks.
Quite an experience.
Karin played this one earlier. This new album. Oh,
I know.
It's time to unleash some shred wave.
Good things about this, I hear.
Missouri artists Wolf and Raven are back after a bit of a hiatus, and as always, you can expect epic synth and shred, and it's mixed with a little video game and city pop on some of the songs.
Nice.
So the latest album is called Mock Rider, and this track is called Steel Stallions, and you're listening to it right here on Nightride FM.
And that was Steel Stallions by Wolf and Raven.
Man, dude, the whole album, folks, you just got a little taste, a little soupçon of what this album is about. Like we didn't. So, Karen and I were just chatting. She was like, "Oh damn! If I'd known you'd play this song, I would have played a different one." I'm like, "No, we got similar tastes."
Yeah.
But there's the titular track on this album is also like crazy high energy, and then you've got like these kind of like Japanese video game city pop tunes on it.
That sounds fun.
These guys are just awesome. I'm glad they're back.
Yeah, they were on were they not on our charity album, I believe?
I think they were, yes.
I think they were. By the way, happy Pride Month, Jules. Happy Pride Month.
Yes, happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yes, to all of our LGBTQ.
Yeah, go scare some homophobe.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Well, dude, if anytime you ask me to contribute songs to something, there's going to be a Wolf and Raven in there. I guarantee you for Midnight Danger, I'm going to have a Wolf and Raven track in my set list.
Yeah, it's a banger, and I kind of slept on that, so I might have to check out this album.
I'll send it to you. I'll hook you up.
All right.
So we go from one banger to another.
Yeah. This is another. I'm so glad we can play some Droid Bishop on our last show.
Yeah, LA artist Droid Bishop and Austin artist Echo Wolf have teamed up to deliver an amazing new single. So I guess Droid Wolf or Echo Bishop?
Echo Bishop, I like.
Yeah.
Echo Droid.
Bishop.
Ooh.
So this is Da Bish and Echo Wolf with Skyward right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Droid Bishop and Echo Wolf with Skyward.
Yes, another banger from Da Bish.
Yeah.
And Echo Wolf's, you got to check out his. I put a link. You can get this track on both Droid Bishop's Bandcamp and Echo Wolf's, but I decided to put Echo Wolf's Bandcamp link because he, in his own right, has got some amazing music.
Yeah. In fact, go out and buy all the artists. Go spend all your money. We have a Bandcamp Friday coming up, I believe, something like that.
Thank you. You know what? Bandcamp Friday is this Friday.
Yeah.
It's always the first Friday of the month.
All the money.
Add to wish list now. Yeah. Buy on Friday. Make sure the artists get 100%.
Don't stream on that place because music does cost a penny. You know, it costs a lot of effort and time and energy.
Toys. It costs money to
We're
promote
not just
and artwork,
putting out content.
Right. Jesus.
It's heart and soul that you're purchasing with your cold hard cash. So go buy some hearts. Go buy some souls. That didn't sound right.
By the way, Dennis.
Yes.
Now, so Droid Bishop, I don't know if you know, but he's named after an android.
Right, on that movie that I haven't watched since I was 8.
So Dave 808 Turner wants to know, have you at least seen Predator?
I have, yes. And I will say that I have seen Alien. I think the original Aliens I saw once when I was like 5. It didn't make that much of an impression because I didn't know how to understand the movie because I was so young. All I remember is that there was a scene, and I guess I don't want to put spoilers out, but again, the movie's been out for 40 years. About how something about like he has like something coming out of him or something like that. Like, I don't know, like it was like a really super creepy moment with him being an android, or he had like milky blood or something was creepy. It creeped me the hell out. So I'm gonna go back and watch. Jules, I'm gonna do it for you.
Aliens is hands down the best movie ever made.
I'm gonna do it for you.
It's got Sigourney Weaver. You got aliens in it.
Yeah.
And Marines with guns and chest bursting and it
wasn't. Who was the little girl? I say little girl. I was like 5 at the time, but she was cute, and I feel like that was the girl from
the way she squealed.
Was that Drew Barrymore?
No, it was Carrie Henn or something. Is her name?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a mini crush on her.
Like, she's one of these child actors that didn't go anywhere. But
again, I was 5, so don't come knocking on my door or sending me.
Squealing was as scary as the aliens. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was a scary.
But you know what? You've got a weekend coming up.
I do.
You got to sit down. You got to sit down and watch Godzilla -1.
Jules, we're
and
done.
Aliens.
We're done for the season. This is. I could absolutely put this on my list. I can just watch all these movies and get caught up. So when we come back in whatever September, October, November,
August, we'll pop back in August.
All right, we'll pop back in August. I will come back with all the movies that I watched, and I'll let you know.
There you go.
And
you got homework.
I got homework over it. Summer homework for Dennis. What else we got here? We're closing out the show. We have our closing music. Retro Hit Radio. Check them guys out. They're awesome. They stream the show. They syndicate our show, and we appreciate that.
You can find them at retrohitradio.co.nz. And once again, they play synthwave, they play 80s music, 24-hour stream.
Like in a blender, you just mix them together.
Exactly. It's awesome.
And good things happen. You can support our radio station at patreon.com/NightRideFM. You can support the State of Synth if you just like this show and don't care about supporting Night Ride FM, although you should. You can go to thestateofsynth.com and you'll find a little link on the top right-hand corner.
And
buy us a beer.
Dennis put a lot of work into that website. You can see all our previous episodes. There's show notes.
Yeah.
You can see our upcoming episodes, which I guess there are no more until August. So, yeah.
Very exciting.
Stateofsynth.com. We got to give big thanks to Tim and Tyler.
Oh, they were incredible. So
they
fun.
They were awesome.
Such fun guys.
So kind and a lot of fun and funny too.
Yeah. I think everything was. I think they, they're too busy putting out so many banger hits that they needed a little bit of a rest, and we gave them that opportunity to just come out and have some fun and goof around with us
Tim
clowns.
watches The Offer. Tyler, what was he watching?
I don't remember. I think he was reading. So that's
No. He was watching some cool TV shows.
Oh, God.
Godzilla, he mentioned.
Godzilla, yes, and I think it was Godzilla.
Yeah.
He was expounding upon, is that the right word?
Yes.
On how good the Godzilla movie was.
It is amazing.
So yes.
We want to thank all the artists and fans who joined us this season, and especially tonight. Dimmy is still awake.
I love Dimmy. Dimmy, can we have you on the show next season? Because
Mysterian, of course, is still awake.
Dimmy is awesome. Dimmy is just so fun to have on. We need to do a Dimmy Turbo night. We just need to have that whole crew because they all make music together because they're awesome. We're doing it. We're doing a whole thing, whole lineup. It's going to be a thing, Jules.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
It is definitely we're pushing the 2-hour mark, so we're going to bid our farewells.
Fear not, folks. We have a long list of interviewees to get through, which will keep us busy for the next season and the season after that.
Yeah. But if you have any guest suggestions, feel free to hit us up.
We can always add it to the list. We can always juggle around the order.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to play you all out with the latest from UK artist Meridor. He dropped his debut album, Power of Synths, recently.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to play it out with this cool track called Stratosphere. From all of us here at Night Ride FM, have a great weekend and a great summer. We'll see you next season.
Bye-bye.